Shaun Preece, I have coffee. And you have, well, what? Anything?
I've got the inbox.
Oh, okay.
This is Double Tap, where blind people talk tech.
Give me it back.
Here's Stephen Scott and Shaun Preece.
I want it. It's my inbox. Give me it over here.
Don't you
the one
just
pressing
love
the
these
buttons.
episodes? I've got to say,
Yeah.
I love these episodes.
These
They're
are
nice and relaxed.
Heaven, aren't they? They're just heavenly episodes.
We just say, you know what? We're no good at this. Listeners, take over. It's your show.
Yeah, I agree. We're terrible at this. But the good news is you people are wonderful. I love the email people. Let's get into emails.
Email. We get email. We get your email every day. Here's your
ding dong.
Shaun Preece.
Oh, sorry. I tuned out for a
That
second.
is terrible.
What was I thinking?
No, that's terrible.
I
That's
had a
not allowed.
notification. Do not disturb. Oh, this is awful.
You had
I
a
do apologise.
notification? How do you get a notification on Do Not Disturb?
No, I didn't have Do Not Disturb on. I have now.
What, you're not... You don't
Windows
turn off all
N
your devices?
spacebar. In case you're interested, on Windows 11, Windows N to bring up your notification panel, and then just hit spacebar because the focus will always be on Do Not Disturb button.
Wow, that's a
Little tip for you.
pretty useful tech tip. Thank you, Shaun Preece.
Well, thank you. That's me done for the episode. Carry on.
Do you know, I'm certain of this, that we've never had this email before, but I dreamt the other night, this is going to sound so weird, I dreamt the other night that someone emailed in, this is how pathetic my life is, that I was dreaming of emails coming into the show. And the email said, please, when you play the email jingle, this is just coming back to my head now, I remember having this dream. The dream was, please, when you play the email jingle, could you just get on with the emails? Don't do that 20-minute yak you do between, playing the email jingle and actually getting into the emails. And it must have stuck in my mind. Well, not very well, obviously.
Not enough, because you just did a 5-minute ramble about the dream you just had.
Well, I was going to ramble about my coffee machine as well.
Oh, yeah, but let's not. Let's get straight to the emails.
I really like my coffee machine because I've got my coffee. So it's not, and the thing is, it's not a coffee machine. It is a hot water dispenser.
Okay, we're talking about the 1 cup, I'm guessing.
Yep, I got mine from Braille. No, they didn't send me it, I should say. Didn't send me one, Braille. No, I had to buy it with my own money.
Oh, no, the outrage. How dare they? Part of the blind uniform, isn't it? The Breville 1 cup.
Well, the thing is, it's the only time you can make a cup of tea, wait for it, without a liquid level indicator.
Fake
Shock.
news. I made a cup of tea for the man who came round to change the locks on my doors day before.
Oh, you're trying to keep Sarah out, or is she trying to keep you in?
No, I lost the keys.
Oh, well done.
My fault. So changed the locks.
Well done.
Anyway, I made him a coffee. No level liquid level indicator.
Close.
Just stuck my finger in it.
Oh, stop that. Just stop that.
Difference is,
Because you always over your hands and
how dare
putting
you?
hands places they shouldn't be. Disgusting.
I'm incredibly clean. I did it without him noticing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it was absolutely fine.
If he'd noticed, he'd have flung that tea in your
would have
face.
thrown up. Funny enough, he never drank it. It went cold, so perhaps he did
Oh,
notice.
what a shame. Yeah.
Anyway,
I was gonna say, how
emails.
would you know if he noticed or not?
Well, because I did it, shiftily. Is that a word? Yes, shiftily.
Wow.
I did it when
Have you made me tea before? No, I think I was asked for Diet Coke, don't I?
Usually, to be honest, if someone else is coming who is VI, I will see. I will make your own brew.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it is fingers.
Well, in fairness,
There's nothing wrong with fingers.
I have to say, Shaun, this might shock you, but sighted people can make tea too.
Yeah, I know, but I like putting my finger inside people's tea.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
I should get that on a t-shirt. Merch. Anyway, emails.
I can't.
20 minutes
the
later.
amount of things we could put on t-shirts. Honestly, I like putting my finger in people's tea. That's a good one. Actually, we should definitely take note of that. We won't, but we absolutely should.
Yeah, we'll write it down.
No, but I like my 1 cup. But the only thing is, so there's a little dial on it.
Still going.
Yeah, because I love it. You get this little dial on the top, right, and it kind of tells you, or kind of tells the machine the amount of water per mug. So, of course, if you have a larger mug, as my double tap mug is huge, I can just turn it all the way up to max, and then I know that every time the water comes out, it'll be, filled up to the brim. However,
excuse me, is that a setting?
Yes.
Max, is it? It should be like
I don't know what it says. It's
16
just
ounce or something, shouldn't it?
It's a dial. I just turned it up to top.
Turn it up to 11.
Yeah,
okay.
Whatever the top one is. And then what I did was, because I did a couple of trials when I got it, so I knew, okay, so if I use a different mug, the smaller mug, I don't want to use the max setting because it'll just overspill every time. So I'll have it like a halfway point. I don't use bump-ons. You'll be proud of me. I don't use bump-ons.
Always listen to your dreams. Thank you.
Well, do you know what? Let's do it properly this time. Let's do it again. Right, come on.
This is just prolonging it. This is ridiculous.
Email every day.
Ding dong.
There you go.
Here's your mail today.
It's
Oh, it all feels proper now.
right, straight in.
That's it. Properly
Press the
done.
button. Press it.
So, I'm
Press
thinking
it.
about laptops again. Well, I am actually thinking about laptops because Brandon's been in touch since I've been talking about, my forever decision as to what to actually buy, which may all be up in the air again, thanks to recent events. Honestly, I just can't make my mind up on this stuff. Well, Brandon is going to hopefully help me out here a little bit between a couple of the choices I have.
Hey, y'all, at Double Tap. This is Brandon from the Northeast United States.
Hey, Brandon.
I hear the words Dell and Lenovo coming up in your show of recent days, and I'm just like, whoa. And then I hear Dell Inspiron, and my stomach about drops out of me because, whoa, that brings up some unpleasant memories.
Uh-oh.
I had a Dell Inspiron 7373 for probably 12 days. In that 12 days, this machine would crash at least twice a day in such a way that the video driver would crash and then it would never recover correctly. And I could see enough to see that the screen was just flashing. Every day it would still work, but it would become very laggy because the computer's just literally glitching itself to death. Every time it crashed, I would have to restart the machine. It got hot enough to cook on. You could literally fry an egg on. And that's what I originally thought it was. I thought it was a thermal issue. So I got a laptop cooling stand for it. Did not fix the issue. Did fix the, insanely hot temperatures, but did not fix the issue. I tried several different revisions of, graphics drivers. I tried firmware updates. Nothing fixed it. So I had to take it back before my return window came out. And it stinks because it was a good machine. It was a nice form factor. It was small but powerful. Well, okay, not powerful, but it was good enough for what I needed at the time. But it was fast because it was an SSD, and so the previous machine that I had a mechanical drive in it. But Dell Inspirons, man, I don't know. I'd stay away, but that's just me. Lenovo. I can't speak on a ThinkPad because I've never had one, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. However, I have had a Lenovo IdeaPad 2, and I would recommend giving those things a wide berth. The one that I had disintegrated, basically, physically.
Oh.
I remember the screen coming loose.
Wow.
And I would have to I would have to tighten screws on the body, to tighten the case back together. And it eventually just started popping screws. And then it would get to the point where the machine was hanging halfway open and the screen was out. And I just couldn't, I couldn't fix it anymore at that point. And then it just died one day.
Oh, no wonder.
The thing is, I knew something was happening with it. It was acting very strange, and I just you know what? I need to order a new PC, so I did. And actually, it died the night before my new PC arrived.
Right.
So that's a good thing. The way that it died is it wouldn't boot. It would just boot loop in the EFI menu. And the other thing I could bring up the boot menu. I could tell it to boot from a USB stick, but it wouldn't even do it. It was really bad. I wouldn't recommend either the Lenovo IdeaPad 2 or the Dell Inspiron, at least the Dell Inspiron 7373. And I did hear from one of the agents when I took it back, this is a model that gets returned a lot. So, I may think about that.
Wow. Well, there's a story. Computers that literally swell up in front of you, popping screws. The Incredible Hulk of laptops.
Yeah, you wouldn't like Lenovo when he's angry, apparently. Where are you getting your laptops from? I mean, to be fair, though, it doesn't matter. We can say, we love Lenovo. But there are occasions where there will be a model that does have some sort of issues. We could look back to the MacBooks with the butterfly keyboards, and the Intel thermal throttling problem. And there's cases like that for every single brand you can think of. So, yeah,
Samsung
absolutely.
smartphones that just exploded randomly. Batteries would swell. Things happen in models, right? That does happen. But, look, Dell Inspiron. So, Dell Inspiron is, I think...
Inspiron.
Is it Inspiron or is it Inspiron? I hear so many different versions of it. But here's the thing. It's the base model, right? So that's the base entry-level model for Dell. So, we're talking the budget level here. So, and look, I think you pay your money, you get what you get. I'm not going to say they're bad.
What are you saying? If you get a budget model, you should expect it to not work, Stephen Scott. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is if you buy budget, you're going to get a budget machine. What do you expect? Look, remember the days we used to buy netbooks and they were supposed to work and they were dreadful because they were netbooks.
Oh, come on. It's because we used a screen reader or whatever. They were terrible.
Even for people who didn't use a screen reader, they were
they were
awful
terribly
machines.
Underpowered. Yeah,
exactly. True. And they cost like $99, which is, so
this
you get
wasn't
what
a
you get.
netbook. No, you don't get what you get. You have an expectation that it will at least work and the screen wouldn't flash like a discotheque. Thank you.
That was an issue, believe it or not, on the Dell XPS. I remember having an XPS 13. I think you and I were friends just around that time. And I got one at the time.
Nice.
Those machines were really nice. Not the new ones. So annoying with the Dell XPS lineup.
No function keys.
Yeah, because they've all gone. It's just the function. They basically replaced it with what Apple did with that touch bar. It does have. I don't think it's like a touch bar on that sense. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just like instead of having actual keys, it's just like a touch strip.
But you know what? I actually don't know if the latest versions, if they're still keeping up with that, because as soon as they announced the models where they got rid of the function row, I just didn't pay attention at all because I'm not interested in those. So maybe they've reversed that like Apple did themselves. Maybe they reversed that.
Well, not on the XPS line, but then the problem with Dell, and it's the problem with Dell being such a big company as it is, then they have so many different models. They have business models. They have their own models of, the home user models, if you like. Budget lineups, pro lineups, and they have changed their lineup, their name lineup to I think it's Dell something, Dell Medium, Dell Big More. These aren't exact names, I will admit, but it gives you the idea. And they got rid of all these Inspirons and Latitude and whatever it was XPS.
Oh yeah, the Latitude. I forgot about that one.
So Latitude was the business one. So that was like your business entry level, and they were generally considered very good. And actually, I was checking in with my friend Greg. The one he got wasn't an Inspiron. It was a Dell Latitude 7455, to be exact.
Nice.
My favourite of all the
7455
ranges. Yeah.
Of course. Better than the 7373.
Oh, it's straight up. Who would buy that?
Yeah, I know. Ridiculous. It's very
Only idiots would buy that. So, But no, it was...
Oh, hello, Brandon.
But honestly, the Latitude series were pretty good. I had a Latitude D600 back in the day that was built like a tank. It was like, and this was one of those computers at the time you could replace every component of. You could take the back off, you could replace the RAM, you could add new hard drives, and it had the spinning drives back then. You could replace the battery. It had a side bit where you could pull the battery out. Oh, the good old days. But I think that one even had a disk drive in it back then as well, a CD drive. Which takes us back in time.
Optical drive. All right, Grandad, calm down, boomer. I remember going through, let's take budget range. I remember Acer. Was it Acer? Acer used to be the budget range. It's the ones I used to get for the kids for school, right? $400 or whatever it used to be.
Well, over here you would get them in supermarkets.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah, because I don't care. The kids are taking it to school. They're not going to look after it. I'm not going to get a $1,000 one.
No.
But even through their range, they have the affordable ones, and then they go, to the more expensive ones. So there is a change of quality. I will agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, And look, that of course there is, because there's a budget lineup and there's a more expensive lineup, and the companies hope you're going to buy
plasticky,
the more expensive ones.
Yeah, but you still expect them to work. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, yes, okay. Thank you, Brandon.
So,
Sorry you've had that experience. That sounds awful.
I mean, especially the Idea Pad. Look, I have heard mixed reviews on these Idea Pads. People saying they're not particularly
Is that the cheap one?
great. Well, that's their budget lineup. So again, you've got Idea Pad, you've got Yoga, which I've never really understood where that fits in. But then I've often,
you can flip the screen around, isn't it, on the Yoga?
Oh, is that what it is?
Tablet mode,
Because I often
tent
wondered
mode.
in my life how yoga would ever fit into my life in any meaningful way.
Being flexible, I believe.
Yeah,
Yes.
not for that. I'm very stubborn.
Or picnic baskets. One of the two.
What?
Yoga bear. Anyway, moving on.
No idea what you're talking about. No idea. If you do know, feedback at doubletaponair.com in our new segment called What is Shaun Going On About? So,
Wait. No,
What?
sorry.
yes.
What's
What?
the update on your computer
Well,
situation?
I'm trying to get there.
I want to get there quicker, please.
Right, okay. So, yeah, did I tell you I got the Geekom? Have I even updated you on this? I honestly
think
don't
so.
know. So
Yes, you cancelled
I'd
the
ordered the Lenovo.
X13.
Cancelled, no, not the X13, the P14S. Get it right.
What?
That was the Lenovo ThinkPad that I had ordered. Cancelled
Right.
that.
What happened to the X13?
The X13 was the one I gave you to give to Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's on eBay. Okay, that's good. Carry on.
Well, I'm glad someone will get used to it.
That's very good.
So, yeah, I had cancelled the Lenovo order. I ordered the Geekom, which was the A8 Max or Mini or whatever it was. I ordered that. That's arrived.
You've got it?
Yep, I've got it sitting right here. And then this morning I went on to Amazon, and of course it's all Black Friday stuff going on. And there's still a few Black Friday deals going on still. And so I see the one I've really been looking for a very long time, the laptop being the Asus ProArt PX13.
Yes.
Now, this machine has come up a few times when I was reviewing laptops, in particular because it seems to be the total package, a bit like us, Shaun Preece.
Yeah, exactly. Power, performance, and design.
Oh, no, wait. No, that's not us.
That's not us.
No. So it's nothing like us. Sorry, I got that.
Great for
the wrong way
creative
round.
work. That's not us.
No, not us either.
We're definitely the budget end.
Yeah, that's right. We're the Idea Pad bursting out of our plastic suits. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. I think we are the Idea Pad
Everything's
of
popping.
podcast hosts.
Right, question. Stop. You got the Geekom, right?
Yes.
That very nice mini PC. You
Beautiful.
got it.
Yep.
Why on earth did you go back online to look for something else?
Because I like doing that. I like torturing myself.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
So I went back on, found it, and I was thinking, okay, now I really wanted this PX13, and it's slightly more affordable now because of the Black Friday. And so I'm like, okay, so do I send the Geekom back now and go for this?
even
Third time
unboxed it.
lucky. I'll be...
Just buy them all.
You think I should... You want me to buy them all? No. I know what's going on here. You want me to buy the ProArt and
Yes.
the Geekom so that I'll
Yes.
say, I don't want this Geekom, Shaun. You have that.
Exactly right. I really want that Geekom. I mean, it just sounds absolutely amazing. I got hands-on when I was at yours with
If
that
you want to
Geekom.
buy it from me,
was-
you're more
Nope.
than welcome.
No. I'll wait till it sits in a drawer for 6 months and then I'll happily take it off your hands. It's beautiful.
No, it's going back. I think it's going back. I haven't made my mind up yet, but I'm
Hang on,
really,
so
I'm really
you're
keen.
going to
'cause
buy
then-
the...
Yeah,
you're
because
gonna buy
the
the ProArt laptop?
it's everything then, isn't it? It's everything I want inside the
Well,
machine.
why didn't you buy it in
It's-
the first place?
Because
Why
it was
did the
really
Geek-
expensive, and then they did a deal on it, and I was looking at the deal, and I'm going, the deal's good, and I could afford that. And so I thought,
much
you know
off?
what? Quite a considerable amount, let's just say.
Okay. All right,
So I
get that
thought,
one
you
then.
know what? I might just go down that route.
I give
But I'd
up.
have to send the Geekom back.
Okay. You won't. You never send anything back.
I've already Googled Geekom return policy. So you know I'm getting serious.
Okay. All right. We'll wait and see.
So the soap
The
opera
saga
continues. Yeah, we shall see what happens. Tune in for the next exciting installment of What on Earth has Stephen bought now?
Exciting.
And will it remain in the house for more than a week? I mean, basically what I'm doing right now is I'm exercising the delivery people at the worst possible time. Because it's not like they're busy in any way at all.
No.
So, me just buying stuff and sending it back, it's helping them. It keeps them
Keeps the
exercised.
economy going. You're a
It
hero.
certainly is. I am absolutely a hero. Right, let's get to another one. Stands up next on the subject of Lady A+.
Greetings, this is Stan Luttrell. I do have to correct David on some of the things that he presented, and it's not his fault.
Oh dear.
One of the things that he talked about was the A-Lady Plus. He got A-Lady Plus all the devices that he had, but that may have been true for him. But I can tell you, it was not true for everyone, even in the United States, because I know that I had certain things happen. My A-Lady Plus would work on my smart oven now, but it did not work on it in days past. It would work. In fact, when I had my Echo Studio, I had to move it because the A-Lady Plus wouldn't work. And some people have A-Lady Plus, but then they opt to go down to downgrade because they had issues with the A-Lady Plus, as I did.
Right.
And the smart oven was an example of things that were issues at times. Anyway, I enjoy the podcast, and I will disappear and go back into hibernation. But anyway, take care, everyone.
Thanks, Stan. You all right over there, Stan? You doing okay?
Angry Stan there. I liked it.
Angry
well done,
Stan.
Stan.
Yeah, the new negative Julian. Negative Stan.
Okay, so I think we're talking about David Ward. We had David on talking about the Lady A+. And I think, Stan, when he was saying that it's available on all his Echo devices, we were talking about because at launch, it was demoed on the Echo Show smart speakers, and we were unsure whether it would come outside of the Echo Shows, smart speaker with a display. But as we all now know, that is available on any Echo. Now, that's not to say you have access to Lady A+. Obviously, we don't over here in the UK, and lots of other places don't yet because it hasn't rolled out completely. But I think the point David was making that it's not confined to the Echo Shows.
Yeah.
So on that. And the point you make about your smart oven not working and lots of other things, you're absolutely right. There's still skills out there that don't work using the new Lady A+, and you can just say disable Lady A+, and it will go back to the old way of doing things. God, I sound so old. The old way of doing it.
What, of last week?
Yeah, that's right. But obviously everything is being rewritten, recoded, and will work with Lady A+ in the future. So that's more of a software side. The skills aren't quite up to date yet, but that will change.
Yeah, look, keep in touch about all this because it's good for us to know how this is developing and tell us how you're getting on with your smart devices as well. I don't know when we're going to see this outside of the US and Canada. Canada now has access to Lady A+, which is wonderful. That came in, last week, I think it was?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Maybe the week before, actually, it came in. So that's cool. That will now be available to you. Now, again, whether or not it's a slow rollout, because that's the other thing. They say it's available, but then, Meta AI was available for a long time outside of the UK, outside of the US, and it took us ages to get access to it. Yeah. So it might be not available yet, but it will roll out to you. So if you are using it, tell us how you're using it. Tell us how it's working with your smart things, because I think we'd like to know. I think we'd like to understand that better. I mean, look, I'm excited about it. I think, I don't really use her for questions anymore. I'm forever using Gemini these days. In fact, last night we bought some, what was it, naan breads or something we had with our dinner. My wife had made a beautiful homemade curry. It was gorgeous. Oh, it was gorgeous. And we had some naan breads we bought from the store. And she said to me, how do I cook these? What's the best thing to do? So we asked Lady G on the phone. We used the live camera. So we opened up the Gemini app and we turned on the camera. And she said, basically stick it in the microwave for 20 seconds and that was it. And I thought, well, that's kind of great. Now, the only thing is I'm often wondering, is it just making this up as it goes along?
Of course it is.
Or is it actually reading the information on there? You know what? They tasted nice to me, so I'm just going to go with it.
They were hot.
Exactly. And, to be fair, I think I would have probably done exactly what it suggested. So even if it was making up, it would have done exactly what I would have done anyway. So between us, we'd have figured it out. It's interesting how we're using AI. I'm starting to use AI like that. Now, it's funny. Why did I do that and trust AI to potentially, knowing that it might well get it wrong, but trust it anyway enough to give me an answer? Yeah, I wouldn't make a Be My Eyes call. Why am I like this? What is wrong with me?
Well, I don't know. Why are you like that? I would absolutely make a Be My Eyes call.
I said that to Mike Buckley the other night. We were chatting on that interview last week.
Yeah.
And I was, saying that. I said, sometimes
You're hesitant.
I'm very
aren't you?
hesitant. I don't know what it is.
Well, give it up. I was the same until you have a few experiences of it and you think, no, this actually, it's just really,
Yeah.
I mean, not only is it really useful, but the volunteers are really happy that you've called them a lot of the time. You're my first call because there's so many volunteers on that service.
Yeah, I know. I do need to think better about it.
Yeah,
I mean,
go
there's
over
Be My AI as well. Look, I think I'll be honest. If Be My AI ever gets the live video capability in it, then I would probably just use that.
Okay.
I think the thing for me is it's about whether, because I often think, where is it getting the information from? Is it actually looking at the product? And is it saying this product is this, and based on online information, here's the answer, or is it taking it from the actual product in front of you? Because it said, there are instructions on the packet, and it says, so it gives you the impression that it's reading the packet to you. No, it's not. It's summarizing it. But it's like, is it actually reading that packet? Is it getting the information from that and summarizing it, or is it taking a picture and then getting the answer, or is it? Or is it going off to the internet to get the answer? That's a bit I'm unsure
many
of.
unknowns.
Yeah. And I kind of wish I knew that, though, because that might give us more confidence in it. Like, if I knew it was doing that, if it was definitely taking a picture, if it said, hang on, I'll take a picture and let me just check this out. Well, I mean, that's what an IRA agent does, right? I mean, there's humans that do that.
Yeah.
So
well, you could just use Seeing
do
AI, right? Then do a short text or take a picture, no CR at the back or whatever. I think the thing is convenience. I mean, we don't trust it 100%, but it's just so much easier. And if you ask your smart speaker, it's going to either say, an Amazon user answer says this, or it's going to say, sorry, I don't know. A wrong answer is better than no answer. Is that where we're at?
Yeah, I think it's also that thing of, we talk a lot about efficiency, right? So there's that angle of, okay, well, if it were to be the case that, I can very quickly get an answer this way, as opposed to, because if what I would have to do with Be My AI is I'd need to take the picture, it would upload, it would come up with a response, and then I'd query that response. If obviously the response didn't have the answer in it.
It really needs a voice conversation mode.
Well, that's what Mike was saying. That's what they're working on creating.
Really needs
I think that would be pretty cool, actually, because that probably would be the middle ground. I don't really care. I think that's the thing. I'm realizing I don't really care about the live camera. I care about it being able to take a picture and then me be able to ask questions of that image.
Yeah.
In a more easy
absolutely.
way. And I think the voice method would do that because, the live camera, okay, there's benefit to that because obviously you could build in things like, okay, I need to get you to stand back a bit or, because it would need to guide you a little bit to take the picture. That's a big problem for a lot of us.
Do you care? All this talk, I still hear a lot of people say, where is live AI here in the UK when it comes to the Meta Ray-Bans? And people get really annoyed by it. Honestly, I really don't care about live AI in its current form. All this constantly...
No, hang on. You're saying
constantly querying
but you don't,
it's really annoying.
But you haven't tried it.
What do you mean I haven't tried it?
You haven't tried live AI on Meta?
No, but I've
so
tried
how do you know
it
how
on
good it is?
I've tried it on everything else, and it's exactly the same. Because I've heard demos of people using it. People have used it in front of me. So I know how it works. And the point is, until it's, I'm going to use the word again, proactive, then it's going to be more trouble than it's worth. I don't want to hold up something in front of it every time and say, okay, what's this? And what's this? And what's this? I want to hold up and say, okay, every time I hold something up, tell me what it is. Read the label.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
We are not there yet.
That doesn't really bother me too much, if I'm honest. I mean, if it gives me the answer.
You say that until you actually use it. I mean, the use case of looking through your wardrobe and, hey, what's this T-shirt? What's this T-shirt? Is absolutely fine. I tried that with Ally for a while. Absolutely fine. And Gemini and Gemini, Copilot and ChatGPT all have vision features built into the iPhone apps now, I'm sure elsewhere.
Yeah.
So you can do it with those. It soon gets incredibly tedious after the 10th T-shirt asking, and what's this one? And what's this one? It's not a great use case. I'm sorry, it just isn't. And until that changes, until you give it one prompt and it can then interrupt you and tell you and interact with you, it's not a great use case.
I'm going to suggest something to you. I think that might be driven by the fact that you're holding a phone the whole time. I think if you were wearing the glasses, it wouldn't bother you as much.
No.
Well, it's good you're open-minded about it. That's the important thing. I can totally see how flexible you're being on this. You're definitely not a yoga user, are you?
Stan wound me up. His anger is contagious. Like 28 days later.
That's 28 years later over here. Yeah. You've got the illness. Okay, well, look, we're going to take a short break just to remind people of how they can get involved with the show, because, I love hearing your comments. So, please keep them coming. If you want to react to any of this, here's how.
Get in touch with Double Tap. Email feedback@doubletaponair.com. Leave us a voicemail at 1-877-803-4567. And now you can send an audio or video message to us on WhatsApp. That number is 1-613-481-0144.
Okay, let's get back to the feedback. And Leannda is up next.
Hi, Stephen and Shaun. Thanks again for a wonderful show. It's Leannda. Just coming in on a couple of things. Interesting when you were talking about the debate on Mastodon, Stephen, where they were talking about cutting up food and whether you're able to or not.
Oh, yeah.
And I totally agree with you. It's everyone's choice what they have done. For them, what help they need, and why should people judge? Because, like you say, how do they know what other disabilities they've got, as well as blindness? And quite frankly, even if they haven't, if they choose to have something cut up when they're out because it's easier, then why not? Do you know what I mean? It's it might be that they can cut the food up, but that they want it done so it looks. Okay, not that it should matter, but if that's people's preference, then, why not? And also the Braille reading with both hands thing. We were always taught, because I was taught Braille, as I've said many times, at the same time as my sighted peers were taught to read and write print. And you were taught to read it with both hands. That's how it was read, if you get what I mean. So, yeah, you're right. If you've been taught young, you were taught the, in quotes, correct way of reading it, you would have been taught to read it with both hands. That's the actual taught method, if you get what I mean. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. Again, it's what works for different people. Is that, but that's why we were taught to read it with both hands. So obviously I've not known any other. I can read it with one hand if I'm doing something else at the same time, but that's very rarely. But if I'm glancing, in quotes, at something, I can. Anyway, thanks once again for a great show.
Yeah, thanks, Leannda. No, listen, you're absolutely right. I mean, a lot of people are taught that way. In fact, I think it is the standard default method of teaching to be taught. The correct
way.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is the correct way to be taught. Oh. I mean, look, but again, it's how you use it in real life. I mean, even though I was taught to read, not necessarily, I'm not entirely sure. My training was pretty basic, if I'm honest. I never went to a full class, partly because I had no time to go, which really annoys me, but I kind of really wanted to do it. And down the line, I think I probably will go to another class and do it again. But here's the thing. I was reading with my right hand, as I believe I was meant to, but my left hand actually picks up the letters better. I don't know why that is, but I pick it up much better on my left hand, which doesn't feel right to me.
Well done.
So thank you. But yeah, it's a bit weird. Again, I think it's all down to sensitivities, where they are. I mean, I'm left-handed. That's the problem. I'm left-handed by nature. So I suppose my left hand would be the dominant hand in that case.
It feels natural. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. Like with cutting up the food as well. I mean, who cares what people are saying when it comes down to it?
There's a lot of gatekeeping, though. I find this a lot. These gatekeepers who just love to tell you it's the right way of doing things, and this is the right way to do it, and this is how blind people do it. This is very common in our world, I'm afraid, and it's something that we need to. This is why I think we need to push back on a lot of it, because it's important to talk about it. Well, yeah.
Well, I
because-
did say when we talked about it, when it came up on here, and I said the only thing I worry about is that people would think that because you're blind that you need your food cutting up, and I don't believe that's the case. It's not the blindness aspect necessarily. Now, I don't care if someone wants their food cut up, but that's the only issue I brought up. That what do people think that because you're blind you need your food cut up, and that isn't true.
But again, that goes back to every single scenario you could think of relating to blind people interacting with the public.
Yeah.
Everything
that's a good point.
That could be like saying, well, just because not all blind people need to be helped across the street, right? You could say that out loud. Someone might. I saw one the other day on social media, which was no one counts steps when you're blind. That's a myth.
Oh, I do.
And this was someone who is low vision, I think, and who says, I manage. If you have real O&M skills, this was their post. If you have real O&M skills, well, I do, and I still count. But I'm like, but that's your opinion. You're putting this out there as if it's the fact, as if it's the answer, as if it's this is it, this is the way, this is how we do things. And actually, what you're doing is you're not making it easier for people who are sighted to understand blind people. You're minimizing the lives of other blind people. You're saying what you're doing is wrong because there's the right way to do it and there's the wrong way to do it. No, there's your way of doing it. We all have ways of doing it. You make tea sticking fingers in it. I disagree with that.
The correct way. Come on, people, brothers and sisters.
But I wouldn't say to you, no, Shaun, I'm going to come around to your house with a liquid level indicator and I'm going to sellotape it to your mug so you can't remove it because there's only one way to pour tea. But there are people out there who would do that. Yeah, maybe I should. But that's exactly my point. There's a lot of people who love to gatekeep on this. This is a phrase which I've learned recently.
No. Look, it's all about the context. If he's saying that we don't count steps every time we go out, absolutely. We don't count steps to find the corner.
No, you're not going to say the bus stop is 100 steps away. No, of course not.
No. Every time Voice Vista says coming up to a thing, I know it's not exactly. It's between 17 and 21 steps before I hit where it actually is. The park bench, the bin, whatever it is. That's my GPS drift on that. So I count. And I'm always there.
Yep.
So I do use it, but not all the time. So it does depend on the context.
And a lot of people use it for stairs in the house. I've used it when I'm in foreign places, but
foreign places, those unfamiliar foreign places,
like my friend's house. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Here's an interesting little fact about me that I've never really thought about until very recently. I don't generally go upstairs in other people's houses. I don't know why that is. No, but I mean,
why would you?
Well, if someone's bathroom's upstairs, right? That might be the case. Well, I just don't go to the bathroom. I don't like going upstairs because then I often
you are like
concerned.
a camel. Yeah.
Well, I am, but in many ways, let's
all day at Sight Village. Not once did he have to go.
I drank a lot of coffee.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how I do it either. But
well done.
Let's just say. Just be glad you don't share a hotel room.
Before we move on, let me just say this. Oh, dear me. I talked about
Too
this
much information.
Well. Yes, it is. Talked about this cutting up of food on another show, Stephen Scott.
What other show?
About this. Audio
this
Pizza.
show?
We talked about it. Right, we talked
but hang on, I never get an invite on that show. Never get an invite on that show.
No,
just putting out there.
You're not allowed. Anytime. No, we talked about it, and someone got in touch and said, they've got this term called accessible plating, and they think that should be an option on the menu because, as Leannda just said, it's not just about being VI. There's also other disabilities that you may be unable to cut up your food or whatever way you need your food served. Accessible plating should be an option. I thought, that's a really good idea. It's a great term.
No, you should have had me on that show. I'd have put you all right.
All right, okay.
Another phrase people need to learn, and we've got to
No one needs to learn it. It needs to be an option.
It has to be a new thing, and we have to educate the public, and it's a...
Wait, you're going to ask to cut up my food. Can I get that food cut up?
How much do you want the public to know about us as blind people? Can we just have a conversation?
The public don't need to know a thing. It just needs to be an option on the menu.
Well, they need to know what it is.
What are you talking about?
Hello, waiter, waitress. Can I have accessible plating, please?
Yes.
What does that mean? You want to sit in the car park and eat your dinner? What does that mean? I mean, what are we talking about?
If it's not available as an option, no, what are you talking about? It's not what you. It's there as a offered service, accessible plating.
Oh, come on!
This restaurant offers accessible plating.
No,
we'll cut up your food for you.
Yeah, exactly. Just you know what? could you mind cutting this up for me? Yeah, no problem. End of story.
You like
That's
everything
it.
so simplified, don't you, Stephen Scott? Honestly, you just
everyone wants to
it's
put a name
it's like
and a
talking to
label on it.
caveman.
Oh God, we'll be identity
If you like it,
politicking all
put a
the way.
label on it.
Yeah,
Beyonce once said.
never said.
Blind Beyonce once said. You like
Is that
it?
the new Barbie? Is it?
Yeah, stick a bump on it. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Next email.
Yeah, I just
Leave it.
labels. It's always labels. I mean, ironically, we're a group of people who love labeling things, but at the same time, it's like, don't keep putting labels. Put labels on everything else, but not on me. There you go. We're going to be talking to Hable soon about their. I still think we should call them the Hable labels, but they don't think that. That's such an easy win, isn't it? The Hable labels
is a better name. Hable. The Hable labels.
The
is
Hable
better.
labels. Come on, marketing team. I know you think I'm a total idiot.
Yes.
You don't need a table when you've got a Hable. I still think that was a winner.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing team said, no thanks.
Hable labels.
Hable labels, I think, brilliant. They say, no.
No, speak labels. Is that what
I'll tell you what, exactly. Nobody knows what they're called. They should be
Speak
called,
labels.
because I'm going to call them the Hable
Speakables.
labels. I'm going to call them that to his face until they change it.
Building bridges, Stephen Scott.
I'm going to bully him into changing the name.
Stan, what have you done? What have you brought into the show?
Ah, dear. Right, let's move on. CC's up next. I think.
Good day, folks.
Oh, there she
It's
is.
CC on the line from Montreal. I cannot get iOS 26 to announce alarm labels.
Oh.
I've tried as many ways as I possibly can to do it and can't find a way to make it happen. It used to be that I could set an alarm label, and when it went off, it would read the alarm. It would say, put out the garbage, or tune in for double tap if I set it for 11:55 every day. But it no longer will read out an alarm label, and I would really like to know how to do that. I'd also like to know if there's any way to get rid of the dynamic island that is driving me crazy, because I find it hugely inaccessible
Yes.
and difficult to use, and everything seems to end up in there.
Yes.
I can't get rid of it.
Yes.
So if you have any suggestions on getting iOS to announce alarm labels when they sound and how to do something to make Dynamic Island more accessible, I'd hugely appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Okay, so I have two suggestions for you, CC. So on the first point about alarm labels, I think buy an Android phone. And that in turn will actually solve your second problem, because you will have got rid of the dynamic island. What I might suggest actually, just individually, if you maybe want to look at that as a sole solution to get rid of the dynamic island, find a window, open it, and throw your iPhone out of it.
Incredibly helpful, as ever, Stephen Scott.
Or
There
buy a
is no way.
16E, because it doesn't have it.
There is no way to disable the dynamic island.
Useless.
I would argue, you say it's inaccessible. I don't think it is. It's part of the status bar. If you put focus on the status bar and swipe through, you get to the dynamic island. I find it incredibly useful for when I'm ordering a takeaway or something.
But that's all.
The arrival time will be there, and that is all. Live activities from other apps will also appear there. Yeah, I will admit, it seems vastly underused, but I wouldn't say it's inaccessible.
There's a lot of well, maybe not inaccessible. There's a lot of unaccessible elements I sometimes find pop up in there. Little graphics that don't have labels and things. It was someone told me
again,
that
that's down to the app.
Yeah, no, of course, but that makes it inaccessible, right? It's like, what on earth is this thing? What is this telling me? What is it doing?
Well, you could
and why
say
am
the
I always
iPhone
stuck
was
in it?
inaccessible then, wouldn't you? Because there's some inaccessible apps.
No, I'd say the dynamic island is inaccessible, because that's the bit that's got the problem.
But it's not. The information given in the dynamic island on some occasions is inaccessible.
On one occasion.
The dynamic island,
the only one
isn't
you use.
inaccessible. And how about alarm labels anyway? Is there, you know what? I've never used alarm labels. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Neither
never
did I.
used an alarm.
That's maybe why we've never used it, because we can't get to it.
I would hope that it sounds like it's a bug, and hopefully the latest update, maybe that's been sorted out. But honestly, I don't know. Hopefully our listeners will let us know.
It's 26.1 that's out now, right?
It is currently, 26.1.
I think 26.2 is around the corner.
I would think so, Stephen Scott.
I feel we're kind of in the...
You're like Sherlock Holmes.
Thank you. I know, I'm very good at this.
How do you know that? Insider knowledge.
I can see into the future with my blindness. It's fantastic. This is getting to the Hangover movie stage. We're in the second one coming up and the second one was not that great, and wait till the third one comes out. So, I don't know. I feel it's,
no, it's the reverse when it comes to iOS. The more mature it comes, the better it is.
Really?
So, the more bugs get quashed and squashed.
And
so
new
it
ones
should be
appear.
good.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
look,
that's
Dynamic Island, I don't like it either. I can't stand it. I know people like it. I don't get it. It doesn't do anything for me. In fact, that was like, I'm not joking around. The 16E was the only phone that doesn't have it, and it really tempted me to buy it because I thought that's something I just cannot abide.
It's not an issue. It's a non-issue.
Yeah, well, the problem is I end up stuck in it, and I'll tell you when it's worse.
How?
Actually,
Hang on.
I'll tell you how I get stuck in it because I use a keyboard with my iPhone, and a lot of the times the Dynamic Island will be forced to go to the Dynamic Island for whatever reason. The notification will pop into or whatever. And of course, there was that period, and you can change all this, thank goodness. But there's things in there like, for example, calls would sort of appear in the Dynamic Island. I switched that off right away. So when a call comes it's full screen. Yeah. What was the other one I had recently that got me? So in the call app, in the phone app, because there's the FaceTime app, there's the phone app, there's the messages app. This isn't getting confusing at all. They've got all these different apps now. And in the phone app, you have recents. And in the new look recents, it's dreadful. You double tap it. So I want to call Shaun back, right? He's called me earlier. I want to call him back. So I go to Shaun Preece, WhatsApp. I double tap. Does it call Shaun Preece? Nope. What does it do instead? It takes me to Shaun's contact card with all the ways I can contact Shaun. So I swipe all the way to phone or call.
Yeah, cool.
Double tap on
Genius.
call. How would you like to call him? Phone, WhatsApp, FaceTime, Google Meet, Windows Messenger. How would you like to call him? I just want to call him on WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp. Is that phone? Yes.
What?
So I just go to the phone number for WhatsApp because it's actually throw up another menu. And then eventually I'll maybe be able to make that call. So about 7 or 8 swipes to get me just to where I need to go.
No. How many times have you accidentally called someone by double tapping on a number when actually you meant to see the information of who that number was or whatever?
Never. That happens.
No, all the time.
Well, you're an idiot.
No. You're an idiot, sir. You're the idiot for saying this is a terrible thing. This is a genius move by Apple. Thank you so much.
Yeah, terrible idea. You can turn it off. You go into apps, you go into phone, and you can put it back to the old setting. There's an option in there that says, it was something like allow calls to be sent or something.
From the list. That's exactly how it said it.
Words. Words are said that make sense in the menu. But yeah, you can't turn it back. I'll be honest, I think a lot of this new stuff, I'm just turning all of it off. I don't really like it. I'm not liking iOS 26 as much. I'm like, just give me back iOS 25 or what was it called previously? iOS 16,
the one before
17.
18.
I've lost my numbers. Just give me back the old one.
It's fine.
I actually think what they should do, here's an idea for Apple, right? This would actually be a really clever idea. Hope you're listening, Tim Cook. I know you're retiring in about a week or year or whatever. But it's a good idea. They should sell a phone like an SE, right? But they bring out the SE. But what they do is they only allow it to be able to run the previous year's OS. And then you keep it on the previous year's OS for another year, and then it will upgrade after that if you want it to. And it means that you don't have to ever go through the process of upgrading. It only can do that year's upgrade, and it just keeps it nice and simple.
Or they give us the ability to roll back.
That would be an option, but they're not going to do that.
Which may save some resources on the planet rather than pumping out a whole
finished.
It's not finished. It's all fine. Everything's fine.
It's done.
Okay.
Isn't there a comet coming towards us at some alarming rate of speed?
It's not
it's
a
going
comet.
to kill us all on the 16th of December.
Some people are saying.
Yeah, they're saying it's a spaceship. Do you see this thing about aliens?
Can I just say, that's not going to happen, all right?
What?
Well, you say it's just going to hit us, and you gave a date. That's not going to happen. That's the opinion of Stephen Scott, which is nonsense.
This is
not the opinion of Double Tap or AMI.
AMI.
Bless you, Mr. F. I'm trying.
Wow, we took this to be pretty dark very quickly. We went from having issues with Dynamic Island to the Earth being obliterated.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
But there are. I want to do a
email.
show. I want to do a show at some point about aliens, because there was a guy who's written a book, or it's a documentary. I think it's out now. Actually, I must check that out. But it's a documentary, I think, on Prime Video that's all about aliens and spookies and all that. And apparently they're here. The aliens are here. They're living under the ocean.
Well, that's a new concept that no one's ever talked about before. Aliens. Wow.
Hang on. I think this is important.
Don't you dare.
Aliens are real. I have no evidence of this whatsoever, and it's purely an opinion. But no, look,
please.
I must check out that documentary, which is the name has escaped me, but there was the guy who created it was on a show the other week, and he was, it's the fact he was talking so matter of fact about it, like as if it was just real and a thing. And I'm like, you're really too factual about this for my liking. It's like, do you actually know all this for certain? Because basically what's happened in the last couple of years is we're getting these naval pilots and, even...
Always have done.
No, we haven't.
Always have them.
No, it's always been someone with a single tooth. No, it's been someone with a single tooth.
No, it's not.
Living in some part of America that generally doesn't have much of a population. That generally are sitting there saying,
again,
these
are the views and opinions of Stephen Scott.
Last night, a big giant spaceship took me away, had its way with me, and then brought me back. And now we're hearing from army people, hearing from pilots. Hearing from people who probably don't want to go on record and say, I've seen an alien.
They suddenly are.
So why is that? Are they all making it up?
Steve, I feel we're so far off our, I don't even know what our rails right now. We got time for another email? Please say yes.
Okay. I thought this was quite interesting, but can we carry on?
No, we'll save it for the extra.
Yeah. Okay, we will then. Right, fine. Okay, good. I want a place to vent about aliens.
The ET extra. Go on. Unbelievable.
I like that, actually, yeah.
There you
go. The difference is it tells me to go home. That's the difference. Please, go home. Right, let's move on.
Hey, Stephen and Shaun. This is Jim from Florida and Georgia.
Hey, Jim.
I wanted to respond to the concern that the person mentioned about Bard. And yes, Bard has been going through a lot of things the last couple of months. So the best thing he could do really is to reach out to his local library. I've called Washington about it in the past, and just like everything else going on in Washington, D.C., not a lot happens as far as getting a response. I actually found out that if you're a patron of the Orlando Public Library in Orange County, Florida, that if you're one of their patrons and you want a book recommendation, they seem to be a priority somehow, that they want books added to the collection. But I haven't heard any other priorities anywhere else, which is kind of frustrating. The Bard is a nebulous thing, but the tech issues, yes. I did hear that there were some stuff going on, and hopefully for now some of that's resolved, but I've had similar experiences, also experiences with searches on Bard and, things like that. I've also found where I've read a book by an author and then gone on an hour or two later and looked for other books by that author, and the collection said in the search there were no books by that author. So Bard is something. But I'm sure they're working on it. But, like I said, with everything else going on with funding and who knows what else in Washington, when it comes to depending on services that are federally funded, I'm just anxious and don't really consider them to be reliable right now. Hopefully that will change. Not trying to be political at all, just being honest. Thank you, everyone, and take care. Have a good day.
Thanks, Jim. So what's going on in Washington? Is something happening there? Or?
I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in Washington. But
I believe I watched the news. It seems everything is absolutely fine on the channels I'm watching.
Yeah, no problems whatsoever. Apart from, believe it, the technical problems with Bard, which did come up before. Honestly, I haven't heard any more about this, so I don't know if they've been fixed or not. I don't know when that email or voicemail came in, but hopefully, as Jim said, hopefully it's going to be fixed.
Yeah, well, let us know how you're getting on with it, and hopefully these issues are being resolved. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that, to be honest, because I don't really know much about that side of things. But yeah, hopefully it's been resolved for you. Listen, we're almost out of time. We're going to get into more of your emails tomorrow. But tomorrow on the show, we're also going to be joined by Charmaine Coe, who lives in Vancouver. And she is here to tell us all about the VoiceOver Learning Lounge. Now, I was talking earlier about the Mac and the challenges I've been having using the Mac. Charmaine has been doing the same dance that I've been doing between Mac and PC now for a long time. And she's finally settled, I think, on the Mac. She's a little bit like me. I think she's happy to dabble in both areas. But she's decided to spend a lot of her time dedicating and building resources to help blind people like herself get into using VoiceOver on the Mac and on other devices as well. And she's going to branch out as well and get into other areas. But her training is all about getting to the core of not just the system and using VoiceOver, but also learning to use apps as well, like Word and Excel. I must admit, I don't think I've ever seen these resources available from anyone else. So I think this is really interesting. Charmaine Coe joins us tomorrow to tell us about her story on the show. We will catch you for that tomorrow, Shaun Preece. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Sorry.